Welcome back, deep divers. Get ready, because today we're going to tackle a pretty wild concept. And I got to be honest, even researching this one had my head spinning a lot.
Oh, yeah, this one is a real head scratcher.
So are you ready to explore the idea that Shiva, the Shiva, the destroyer of worlds, the ultimate power, that even he has a lifespan?
All right, if you think you can handle it, let's dive in.
Perfect. So listeners, get comfy, because we're going deep into Hindu mythology. Today we're looking specifically at the idea of Shiva's lifespan. Now, we're basing this deep dive on a paper titled, get this, The Finite Lifespan of Shiva, a Kampa-bound God.
Ooh, now that's a title that definitely grabs your attention.
Right. And the paper starts off with this thought-provoking question: does Lord Shiva die?
It almost feels wrong to even ask that, right? I mean, we think of Shiva as this eternal, all-powerful being who conquers death itself.
Exactly. He's even got that name, Misratyunja, which basically translates to the conqueror of death. So the idea that he could die seems like, well, a bit of a contradiction.
It definitely challenges our typical understanding of Shiva and even of gods in general.
Right. I mean, we usually associate gods with, immortality. So to say that Shiva isn't actually immortal is a pretty big deal.
Yeah, this is where things get a little mind-bending. We got to remember that Hindu cosmology has a different perspective on time.
Okay, I'm all ears, because time is already a pretty mind-bending concept without bringing gods into it.
Right. So Hindu cosmology views time in these incredibly vast cycles called kalpas. Think of it like, I don't know, the universe breathing in and out.
Okay, so inhale, exhale, universe style. Got it.
And each of those breaths, each kalpa, lasts for billions of years. To be precise, 4.32 billion years.
Whoa. Wait, 4.32 billion years?
Yep. And that, according to the paper, is Shiva's lifespan. He exists for one full kalpa.
I gotta be honest, that number's just too massive for my brain to wrap around. But what happens at the end of a kalpa? What does it even mean for a being with a lifespan of that long to die?
Well, it's not death as we usually think of it. It's more like a dissolution, emerging back into the cosmic source.
So, like, everything just sort of fades away.
Pretty much. Even the Trinity, Brahma, the creator, Vishnu, the preserver, and Shiva, the destroyer, they all dissolve at the end of a kalpa.
Whoa, so it's like a total cosmic reset button.
Exactly. And then the cycle begins anew with another creation, another set of gods, another kalpa. It's this never-ending dance of creation and destruction.
Wow, that's intense. So is there, like, specific evidence for this in Hindu scriptures? Like, where does this idea of Shiva having a finite lifespan come from?
Absolutely. The paper actually cites the Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran, specifically Skanda 4, chapter 24, verse 29.
Ooh, pulling out the big guns.
Right. And in that verse, it explicitly mentions Shiva's lifespan being limited to one kalpa. So this isn't just some, fringe theory. It's right there in the scriptures.
Okay, that's pretty convincing evidence. But here's what's really blowing my mind. If even Shiva, the destroyer, the seemingly supreme god, is subject to this cycle,
Yeah.
well, doesn't that kind of challenge the whole idea of Shiva being the ultimate all-powerful god?
It definitely adds a layer of complexity to it, doesn't it? If even he is bound by these cosmic forces, these rules of existence.
Yeah, like, what does supreme even mean in that context?
It's a great question. It makes you think about the nature of power itself, right? Maybe ultimate power isn't about controlling everything, but about being part of everything, even the cycles of creation and destruction.
That's a pretty profound thought. So maybe instead of thinking of Shiva's finite lifespan as a limitation, we should see it as him being, like, fully integrated into the fabric of the universe.
Exactly. Like he's not above it all. He's a part of it all. He's in the dance, not directing it.
Wow. Okay, so as we wrap this up, I think the big takeaway here is that even incredibly powerful deities like Shiva have a lifespan.
And that lifespan is a reflection of the impermanence woven into the fabric of the universe itself.
Right, nothing lasts forever, not even the gods.
So deep divers, as you go about your day, let that sink in. If even the destroyer is subject to destruction, what does that tell us about the things we consider permanent and unchanging in our own lives? What could we let go of, knowing that change is the only constant?
And on that note, until next time, keep diving deeper, everyone.